Hello guys. Welcome to the new episode of RoadCraft. Oh yeah, I remember last episode we had a logging adventure. We don't like logging, but I did it nevertheless, because we had to get those 10 logs and something. Yes, okay, we have some delivery to do in the harbor. From harbor to harbor. Yeah, okay, where is my truck? Nowhere close, okay. Yeah. Well, let's do that. I haven't even started playing, I'm already feeling disoriented. So yeah, we did a lot of quests last time, a lot of stuff. The map said just as I was loading the game that we are at 60% completion. So I believed it was a bit higher, but this map is really big. Something like sunken. It just opens up as you play. New quests and new quests and new quests. Okay.
You replaced those valves like a true pro. Judging by how happy the Port Authority is, no time to rest on your laurels, though. It appears some of the oil tanks from the depot across the river have sprung a few leaks. Could you grab them and drag them to the port before anyone notices?
Yes, this will require some acrobatics. Yeah. This is how you cheat.
Good job. This smells. Actually, I guess it's a complex fragrance. Oil, sewage, and money. Did you say it smells like victory? I suspect you're well and truly over oil and pipes. Can't say I don't feel the same.
Next. Send a Conway with newly built equipment to the solar station. Oh boy, yes. In order for this to work, I must remedy this road. This road that goes here on this runabout and up there. This definitely this. Yeah, this will go. What trucks are those? Let me check. Oh, semi. Oh, man. This will take some time. So, get to it. I got 50 tokens, damn it, I should use my mobile base. Okay, you see, I will give you another flaw of the user interface. Actually, it's a user interface flaw. Actually, it's a game mechanic flaw. I just realized now. You see, this game has a mechanic to turn your engine off if you are if you tip over and you are longer than, I don't know, 5 seconds on your side, your engine will stall and it will shut itself down. And without engine running, you cannot use any functions on your vehicle. And that's okay. That's part of game mechanic. But then, when you spawn a new vehicle and you wanna do something, you wanna open something or move the crane or something, he is giving you red messages the engine is not running. Because every vehicle you spawns with the engine off, and you need to press first forward or backward for engine to start. Why? Why you are simply not spawning a vehicle with his engine running? Because every time I spawn a vehicle, I'm confused why is this not working, and then I'm getting messages engine is not running. And when you leave a vehicle somewhere, he is left with his engine running. Moreover, there is no key to turn off the engine. I haven't found a key to turn off the engine, and I don't know why would I turn off the engine. There is no fuel cost in the game. You can drive around the world if you want. So it's completely pointless to have something, a complication in your game like that. Just pointless. Just spawn the damn vehicle with the engine running. Now this bulldozer over there, his engine is running. This mobile base over there, his engine is running. This paver and truck up there, their engine is running. Only engine that will not be running when I spawn a new guy. And it will just bug me, hey, your engine is off, I can't do that. Why? Just a silly decision in game design. A lack of thinking, lack of foresight, lack of... Maybe they wanted to do something else, but then they gave up on doing something and they left this engine. I don't know. But not fixing it after so many patches and after so many hotfixes that you spawn with an engine running is just bad. Or at least when I select the vehicle that is spawned, when I select it, when I enter it, he should automatically turn on the engine if he's on level ground. Because I have no use in entering any vehicle when his engine is not running. Just don't see point in it. It's just a bad game design, that's what it is. An example like that, you have like 20-30 examples like that in this game. I'm thinking about because I spent so many hours in this game, probably like 400 or 500 hours already. I'm thinking about making a review of this game when I finish it. That will be called What's Wrong with RoadCraft. And where I will do it on paper first, and where I will lay out every silly and ununderstandable game design decision that's just bad. And there is like a festival of those in this game. Still, it's a great game, but it could have been a double, 100% greater than it is if it is only everything was put together a little bit more smarter, with more thinking, with more work. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I think that's all the problems with the road. This is not a problem. Yeah, I should... make that road now, that route. Yeah. This is nicely done. These trucks in front, these Azovs are carrying solar panels. Yeah, of course, he put the heavier truck in front of the lighter truck. This is also a bad decision in the game. I mean, it's okay, never mind, but now you have a truck in back constantly hitting the truck in front because this guy in front is heavier. I cannot imagine how someone who is testing the game haven't seen that. All it takes is one email or one phone call. Hey man, just switch those two trucks because the guy in the back is constantly hitting the guy in the front. But no, I don't know. Maybe they wanted their game to be a lower quality game, not a higher quality. I really can't understand those decisions in the game design. Why would you want your product to be of lesser quality, but just implementing the wrong decision. Completely clueless about it. Because this is not the first time I see this situation. The truck in the back is just faster. Or at least program him not to come so close. But we discussed that earlier. They drive senselessly. This game doesn't know how to drive. It doesn't have the driving algorithm. Trucks are NPC drivers are completely blind. They don't see anything. They don't see obstacles. They don't see other vehicles. They just follow a preset route, and they, in other words, they cannot drive. It's just horrible. It's just something that I have a hard time believing something like that. Believe something like that in a game. Look at this. Look at what they are doing.
Somebody could install them at the western side of the
It's painful to watch.
eastern side when the rest of the spares arrive. Well, I'd sure be grateful for that.
Real life. Oh, this is some big packages. As you can see, the solar station is not yet beyond repair. There is a sliver of hope. You got a hefty task to install new inverters and panels around the solar station to breathe life back into the first batch of equipment. Okay. I got it. I get it. There you go.
All this work you've done, but parts of the power grid are still down. I don't know about you, but that just annoys me and makes me want to get it over with. So, the plan is to redirect the power from the solar station to the central distribution substation. You'll need a cable layer for that. Then, what was it? Oh, yeah, bring and install a new transformer. Sounds easy enough. And you don't even need a cable layer for that part. Think you could do it? Thanks in advance.
Yes, Kelly.
station is all powered up and has nowhere to go. The whole point of the exercise was to give power to Tifl, but the power lines to the town is out. I risk being called predictable, but guess whose turn it is to deliver the resources needed to repair it? You guessed right. So please get rolling. Louise! I'm only looking at the satellite picture, and I'm still impressed. Didn't know what to expect when I read Solar Radiance Lab on the map, but it certainly wasn't this. And to think you're bringing this back to life. I envy you again. Honestly, for starters, you only need to clear out all the debris, but still, this place is really something. to the lab is clear, all thanks to you. It's time to get some materials in. You don't really need to bring them on your own, though. Just plan a route for our trucks from the concrete plant. Oh, and the lab's piping system needs a little repair. Just a few valves that need installing. No biggie. I never thought I'd say this, but this is the final link in the local power grid. Once you install a transformer in the power substation next to the lab, the circuit will be complete, and there will be much rejoicing and throwing of caps in the air. Seriously, though, it will be a major breakthrough. job so far. Here's a new addition to your to-do list. It's a bit tricky, but what's easy in this life, right? Apart from that bet I just won, all thanks to you. All you need to do is install some relay stations exactly in the marked spots. Not a challenge to an expert of your caliber, I think. You're about to make history, or rather, bring the Solar Radiance Lab up to its full glory. You get to deliver a one-of-a-kind steam generator from the desert base and install it. Are you excited yet? You should be. This thing costs... You don't want to know how much, so don't drop it. Finally exhale. Never thought I could hold my breath for so long. You threaded a few needles there, but all in all, it was not bad. Ah, who am I kidding? Your performance was the stuff of legends. If they don't give you a bonus as thick as an elephant, I'll be mad. Great job.